unless I'm reading this incorrectly, the updated Warno roadmap says we're going to get 30 new divisions in 6 months. So let's stack in, whatever. I'm not starting again. So last year, 2025, right? This came out in 2026, Nemesis 5. 2025, we got Southag, which is 10 divisions in October, right? Uh, Nemesis 4, which is 2 divisions in November. Nemesis 3 Homefront, which is 2 divisions in March. And the free one, which was CLK and DivMob, if you recall. Nemesis 3 was 6th Alaska US and 157Y, and Nemesis 4 was HDR London and 2Y Moscow, right? So, 2, 4, 6 plus 10 is 16 divisions. These guys are saying that they're going to do 30 in a year, in 6 months. Because look, Northag was December 2024. December 2024, right? You can see it there. I can't hover over it. So yeah, let's get stuck in. Warno's 2026 updated roadmap. Hello, Commanders. We hope you are well. Now, originally, we wanted to start 2026 with a bang and release Warno's latest mini-expansion, Nemesis 5 Southern Flank, first thing, but alas, the technical gremlin struck again. This means a slight delay on that DLC. Oh, yeah, sorry. I'm reading this. I should have covered this at the time, but it's still relevant, right? So Nemesis 5 ended up coming out. So Warno 2026 roadmap. A new year and a new roadmap for Warno. We're still going strong and we have plenty of cool stuff coming your way. The following timeline is chronological and very much a tentative work in progress. It should roughly cover the following 6 months. So we're going to get 30 divisions in 5 months, guys. 28 divisions in 5 months. Because it's February now. Keep in mind, things might change, dates rearranged, switched around, you know the drill. Yeah, I'm going to put a poll below this video, and it will say, do you think, it'll be linked to a YouTube poll, just click it and vote, do you think they will do 30 divisions in 6 months, right? Nemesis 5 Southern Flank, so yeah, that already came out, it had Spanish Bueno and Second Check. I believe this, I mean, it's a fun DLC, but I believe it's the worst DLC they've released. In terms of like it's just the weakest offering. This guy isn't even in the game, right? There's no T21 Terrace Nice unit in Second Check apart from in a vehicle. And Mad Matt was asked about this on subreddit and he said he's inside the hull of the vehicle. But yeah, this was a big reskin basically. There weren't enough new things. I do enjoy Second Spanish. The Second Check isn't very fun, but I did play it a lot. I've got pro guides for Second Spanish. The Second Czech one I'm still working on. Anyway, next up is Nemesis 6, the Magdeburg Counter-Strike. The winner of the last community vote, if you recall, we voted for the first cav so that we could get Mel Gibson. But no, it's basically because people want a proper US Bradley division because there isn't one. There isn't one in the game. All you've got is 24th, which, okay, it has Bradleys, but it's not a great div. I mean, to be honest, it's gotten a lot better since the buffs. But yeah, it could be so much better, right? And Third Armored, which admittedly is an S tier division, right? If two of the top three players are only playing Third Armored, right, for like a few days, I mean, then they were called out on it and they started switching it up so that their div wouldn't get nerfed, right? But if you've got a guy who has like he has one loss and one game not as Third Armored, he's literally got like a 97% win rate with 100 games or whatever it was, 50 to 100 games. Tells you something about Third Armored. This mini expansion will feature two armored-centric battle groups, and it's first Cav versus first whatever. The Russian one, nobody cares, honestly. NATO's first US Cavalry Division and Soviet First Guards People's Mechanized Division. First Guards Proletarian Motorized Infantry Division. Because, yeah, there's no differentiation between motorized and mechanized in the Russian language. I've been told that from a YouTube comment, so thank you. We can confirm that unit modelling is already underway. And, yeah, I did a big preview on those. It'll be linked in the description, right? As will the preview for this, I guess, if I can be bothered. So, first, the next big... so this will be 2 divisions, right? So, keep the count, that's 2. Then we got the Landjut expansion. This will follow Steel Division 2's tribute format, meaning a larger roster of different divisions but no single-player content. I mean, you can play them in skirmish and single-player, right? But no campaigns. This type of expansion is quicker to produce and deliver for us. I like that personally, but I assume it will not sell as well at all because most players only play single player, right? I know that sounds crazy, but most of them do only play single player. And so if there's no single player content, most of your audience ain't going to buy the game. It's something like 80 to 90% of RTS players just never play multiplayer. It's really, really high. Landjut will feature 8 new divisions, playable in skirmish and multiplayer, including a brand new nation, Denmark. The theme of this expansion will focus heavily on famous naval infantry battle groups from both NATO and the Warsaw Pact. We are hard at work modelling all the fancy equipment, and will soon start disclosing the new units and divisions in our upcoming dev blog. So yeah, I covered the 2nd American Marine Division and the 336 Soviet Marine Division. And then 3 of them are like failed Nemesis votes, which is just, one of them's alright and the other 2 are just pure slot, basically. It's like 20th East German, 6th West German, which is the okay one, and like 94th Soviet, which in the pitch was literally the same as this one, the Soviet First Guards. So, and now they're adding both of them. So that's interesting. Nemesis 7, we're already looking ahead to the next Nemesis DLC. This one will be ours to pick. Big sad. In order to speed up production. The mini expansions theme has been decided. We will reveal it in due time. So who knows what that's going to be, right? So it's going to go Nemesis 6, Landjut, Nemesis 7. So that's 2 plus 8 is 10, plus 2 is 12, quick maths. Then another Tribute Star expansion, so that's another 8 divs. Hot off the press, but due to recent real-life events, we will rearrange some content we had originally planned for later along our pipeline. We'll keep the lid on the exact details, but more info to come in the future. So, well, what has happened recently? We've got, the Israelis killing all the Palestinian children, but, that's been happening for a while, so it's not recent real-life events. We've got Trump on Greenland, right? America on Iran, and the Venezuela thing. So I think out of all of those, I mean, Denmark's already coming in Landjut, and they don't have a separate Greenland division. It's like 2 guys in a sled, right? So it's not going to be Greenland. It's probably not going to be Israel. It might be Iran, but that at this point, well, I mean, the 12-day war had happened at this point, but the most recent thing, or posturing, hadn't happened. So I don't really think it's going to be that, which just leaves South America. If we get a Venezuelan division, that would be really, really cool. And it says it's going to be a tribute style, which means 8 divisions. Right? So what's it going to be like? Does Venezuela have 4 divisions? I mean, you laugh, but in 1989, did Venezuela have 4 divisions? So it might include like other South American countries. We might get like the South American Thunderdome with like, I don't know, Brazil, Venezuela, Cuba, Colombia versus 4 Americans or something. I don't know. But yeah, that's really cool. So that's another 8, right? So 8 plus 10 plus 8 is 18. What? 8 plus 2 is 10, right? Plus another 8, plus another 2. So that's 20. Nemesis 8 community vote. Sometime later in the first half of 2026, we'll open the vote for Nemesis 8. Now, this is going to be a special round, as we will allow the unliked contenders from previous Nemesis up in the stage for a runoff vote, which means we might get that British TKS equivalent. We might get British TKS back. If you recall, it was called BRSC or something. That would be really, really cool to get. Now, if you recall, I did the whole tricycle thing, right? And we still lost. We still lost because at that point I had not sunk my fangs deep enough into the Warno community. So if BRSC comes back, I really want BRSC to win. And I will do my best to try and convince you to make that happen. By hook or by crook. Remember the English Electric Lightnings? How cool would that be? How cool would that be? There will be some special rules involved, and perhaps not all the previous battle groups might be included for voting again, but more details will become available in the future. Well, hopefully it's in there, otherwise that'd be pretty sad. And especially given that 3 of them have already been revealed to be part of Landjut. That basically kills two of the competitors, right? No, it kills. Yeah, it does. It kills two of the competitor groups. Blackbird's expansion. After Landjut, we have another tribute style expansion coming, also with 8 new divisions. This expansion is called Blackbirds from either neutral nations or very reluctant alliance members. In Warno, they will be forced to side with either NATO or the Warsaw Pact. So it said there's going to be 5 nations. From our teaser art, the community has already correctly identified 4 of the 5 nations: Switzerland, which is this guy; Austria, which is this guy, because he uses the AUG, which is Australian; Hungary, which is this guy; and Albania, which is this guy. Some people were saying Yugo. There's no way Yugo doesn't get a mega expansion versus Italy or something. But which is the 5th one, and on which side will they be? The suspense is killing. In the meantime, one last clue to follow. Follow the Blackbird. So I know what it is, because a data miner looked in the files and told me. So I'm not going to tell you. That's the deep analysis you come here for. That's all for this roadmap. As you can see, plenty of good fun and exciting stuff is coming. Then it talks about Nemesis 5, which is already out, right? But count them. 8, 10, 18, 20, 28, 30. Now, admittedly, this just says the vote is going to happen. So it's going to be 28 divisions in 6 months, minus the 2 that have already come out. It's 26 divisions in 5 months. Do you think that's going to happen, given that last year we got 16 divisions in the whole year? I don't think it's going to happen. I think they genuinely believe they can do it, and it's either not going to happen or all the DLC is going to be slop, because it will just be massively rushed. Like, this one clearly was rushed. Because this guy wasn't even in the DLC, and he's on the cover art. So, it had a lot of reskins. But yeah, either way, I think that's amazing. Compare that to Broken Arrow. They've had no content since the game came out. They added some single-player stuff, and they said at the end of this month they'll add a couple divisions. One more spec. So, only one more. It's bigger than a division. It's probably 2 divisions, so I was right at the start. Anyway, I'm sorry it took me so long to cover this, but I thought it was just such an interesting premise. 28 divisions in 6 months. Vote on that poll. I don't think it's very likely, frankly. I think they'll get mega delayed. I reckon we'll get this one and this one in the next 6 months, and maybe Nemesis 7, right? But this Blackbirds thing coming out before July is not. I don't know. Let's see, shall we?